What's up, y'all? We got some good news. Josh Harris just bought the team, and a part of his group is Magic Johnson. That's the only person I know. But, you know, Magic Johnson, like, imagine that. Like, the Commanders is owned by him and his group. And, man, that's just good for us, man. Like, and then the thing that I think about the most is the fact that it's a group. And Josh Harris is not, like, making it just about him. He's allowing his team to shine. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's talking about his team. And think about it, man. Like, we all know, we know Dan Snyder had a team. I'm sure he had a team. But when you think about Dan Snyder, you just think about him. You don't think about, oh, it's a collective of people that's working together to help this team develop and be great and build the franchise up. Josh Harris has come in, and right off the back, all we keep hearing is Josh Harris and his ownership group, ownership team. Like, you're hearing good things. And honestly, I think he's going to be better than Dan Snyder. And we never got a playoff win with Dan Snyder. So, hey, man, you can only do better than Dan Snyder. That's the way I see it. And I think he was here. I can't remember. It's a lot of years that Dan Snyder has been here, and we haven't had not one playoff win. So, man, we haven't had anything. So the number one thing we want is a playoff win, and I think we're gonna get that. And I think this is just a perfect time for everything. We got new ownership. You know what I'm saying? We got Eric Bieniemy, a new offensive coordinator. You can even say we got a new quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can even say, and then everything is happening at the right time for him. Everything is lining up perfectly. We got the defense is looking sweet. We just signed Quan Martin and Emmanuel Forbes. Our defense is looking sweet. We just got Chase Young back. Our defense is going up. It's only going up. It's only going to be better. And then, our offense, we just got the best offensive coordinator we could have got. He just won a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's bringing all that information over here to us. And he's going to tell us, how to do things. And he's been doing a great job of it. And, he's learned with the best. Andy Reid. He's played with the best. Travis Kelce. Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been around that group, and he's been around the team for nine years. You know what I'm saying? So he's been around Andy Reid for a minute, and he's learned a lot of things. And, throughout that time, he was offensive coordinator and a running backs coach, and he had so much information to learn and to develop, So it's like, man, like, we really got everything at the right time. And this is perfect for Sam Howell, because he also got Jacoby Brissett, and Jacoby Brissett is going to be that mentor to guide him through. And the things that Eric Bieniemy can't tell him about the quarterback position, exactly, Jacoby Brissett is going to be right there to guide him along. You know what I'm saying? And then this is great for Ron Rivera. And when I seen the pictures with Ron Rivera with Josh Harris and everybody else, I was like, yo, he's smiling real hard. Like, he know his job could be on the line. And it was just like, my man's had Jordans on. I don't know if them was Jordans. They look like Jordan 1s. Ron Rivera had the ones on. And he was looking sweet. He was really trying to do it up, man. Like, he was trying to make, I ain't never seen him smile that hard. But, yeah, man, like, he really trying to prove it this year, man. And I think this is great for Ron Rivera as well, having all this. Having Eric Bieniemy is going to save him his job. I promise you. It's possible. If they do a great job and they make it to the playoffs, Ron Rivera is straight. He's fine. He's going to be here for another year if he chooses to. And I think everything that we have with Jack Del Rio being our defensive coordinator, he's a beast. And, over the course of, 3 years since he's been here, 2020, you know what I'm saying, we've had a top defense and no problems at all. And besides Chase Young getting injured, and just, now him being back is going to be great. Hopefully he can be that same person he was when he first got here, and forced them fumbles, man. He's great at it. And I think we have everything we need. And just think about what we were before. We were about to get Russell Wilson, who was terrible last season. You know what I'm saying? He almost threw as many interceptions as he did touchdowns. Like, bruh. And, we was about to give up 3 first-round picks for him. But, the Broncos, he wanted to go to the Broncos, He could have went to us or the Philadelphia Eagles, but he chose the Broncos. And, the Broncos had to pay the cost, They had to give up 3 picks, and they had to give up, 5 draft picks? They gave up 2 first-round draft picks and then 2 second-round draft picks and I think a 5th. But, man, sheesh, they had to give up everything. And they even gave up my boy Fant, Noah Fant. I can't say his name right, but yeah, man, he a beast. And I think he did great with the Seahawks. And I think out of the picks that they got from the Broncos, I think that was the best pick. And they also got Drew Lock and somebody else. I forgot who it was. But, man, the only person that really produced for them was, Noah Fant. And he did his thing. He led the tight end. He led the tight end position, and he was doing a great job, And I think they really got the bang out of their buck. And, I think Seahawks got a great team, now, especially with Tyreek Woolen. And, man, their defense is looking sweet. They offense is looking sweet. They run game is sweet. They got Geno Smith, and he's getting comfortable with that starting position, and he's starting to really do his thing. So I think the Seahawks is going up this season as well. And, I'm glad we didn't make that move to get Russell Wilson, because we would have had to give up picks along with players, along with paying this man a lot of money. And the Broncos, they gave up $240 million for that man for 5 years. And the first year was trash. So they still got 4 more years to go. And, people keep, trying to blame Nathaniel Hackett. But who knows? I don't know what was going through Russell Wilson's head. And, ain't no telling. But, they got Sean Payton now. And Sean Payton going to kick his ass. He going to get him right. And, Sean Payton is notorious for going to the playoffs. He's great. And, he got Drew Brees right. And he took the Saints there, a lot of times. So I'm sure he could do it. And, by us not, having to really worry about paying a quarterback all that money, which was Russell Wilson, we were allowed to have somebody we could develop. Allowed us to go in the draft and get people and, just have that freedom. We got that freedom. And then, we went to go get Carson Wentz. And, Carson Wentz, he was terrible last year. Honestly, we was good with Taylor Heineke. And, Carson Wentz, he just wasn't the Carson Wentz that he was with the Eagles or with the Colts. So, we paid him for 1 year. And, look, they did a great job on that, honestly, because if they didn't and they decided to get that man a large contract, we would be looking like the Broncos. And honestly, we paid him 1 year. I think it was $28 million. And that sounds like a lot, but honestly, for a quarterback's making up to Russell Wilson making $48 million a year for the next 4 years. So, what I'm saying? $28 million was decent. That was beautiful. That was a great deal to have for 1 year, and we basically finessed him. Honestly, I mean, $28 million is a lot of money, but we basically finessed him, and we got what we needed out of him. We tried. We thought he had something, but we tired of getting veterans. You feel me? And we finally getting back to working with what we have and developing them, and just seeing what we can do with a late draft pick. You know what I'm saying? Or just seeing what we can do without a veteran. And Sam Howell, he's gonna do that for us, and I feel like he is. He's working hard, and at one point in time, he was going to be a first round draft pick, but uh, it was mostly because when he lost De'Ami Brown and his other weapons in the draft prior to him leaving, it really lowered his stock. And I don't see why, because I felt like he still held his own. By him not being able to pass as much, he started running. And that showed how dynamic of a player he was and how we could use him in many different ways, and especially for Eric Bieniemy. And, I think this season is going to be great. The only thing we got to worry about is O-line. But, Eric Bieniemy, he plays fast. So he'll find ways around that. And we have so many weapons, with Curtis Samuel, Antonio Gibson. Those two alone are just great to have on the team and to really use. So, man, I'm excited for this year, and I'm not worried, man. We got money to spend, and I seen a report that said we're going to be healthy for our cap is healthy for the next 3 years. So we not taking no L's. We only trying to get them W's, and we doing a good job of it, just by how everything is set up, new ownership and everything, bro. Like, I think people are really underestimating us, and all across the board, I'm seeing bland ratings for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody got us doing good this year. You know what I'm saying? And I see us doing great. I see us getting to the playoffs. And like I said, I'm going to keep saying it. We're going to be in that NFC championship. And just think about if Eric Bieniemy pulls this off. We all know he's going to be the next head coach. We all know that people are going to stop doubting him and saying that Andy Reid is responsible for everything. No, Andy Reid's not here. It's just him and Ron Rivera. But honestly, he do great this year and get this team to the playoffs. Everybody's giving Eric Bieniemy the credit. I promise you. We've already been giving him the credit for the motivation that he's been giving the team. Even the teammates are giving him motivation because he sparked something in this city right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this team is different than last year. This team is different than the past 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a different team for us. Like, everybody's motivated. Even the fans, like, we really going to do something this year, and I know we are. And I think we're going to have a top defense, and we're going to have a decent offense, man. And I think with Eric Bieniemy bringing in, what he's learned over at Kansas City, with what he has, seen from Patrick Mahomes over the course of the years that he worked with him, since he's worked with him, he's seen the highs and the lows for Patrick Mahomes. He knows what gets him down. He knows what gets him back up. He knows what to say to his players to get them motivated, to keep them motivated. And it's not just him, but he knows how to motivate an organization. So that's what you need, and that's what we got. And I'm just so excited that I just can't stop saying it every video. And man, like, I really appreciate you if you made it this far in the video. I be rapping sometimes, but I'm just passionate about this team, just like EB. And man, like, I greatly appreciate it if y'all definitely put a thumbs up on this video, and just so the algorithm can know you. You know what I'm saying? And every time I post a video, you'll get it. And man, I'm just excited, man. Like, please leave us a subscribe on this junk. Like press it, please. Just press it, please. Press the subscribe for me. I need it. I'm trying to make it to 1,000, man. Y'all have helped me enough, and y'all have helped me make it to 500 subscribers, and I really appreciate that. And man, I just can't wait to keep going up, man. Like, I'm trying to make this an everyday thing, and I can't do it unless I'm really able to really be dependent on this. And I can't do it if y'all ain't subscribing to the channel, man. And I'm starting to really feel this thing, like, no homo, but like, I'm really enjoying it. And man, I can't wait, man. And I know y'all tired of seeing this hat in every video, but once y'all start donating to the channel, I can get another hat. And I greatly appreciate y'all, man. And man, like, just think about it, man. We have changed a lot, and a lot has changed, and we're not the same team that we was last season. And I think people really need to open their eyes and see that. And we have a lot of weapons, and Eric Bieniemy is coming here to really exploit the weapons that we have. He's about to show us. He's about to show Ron Rivera what to do with these weapons.